Hello guys, welcome back to another live stream. Sorry I wasn't here last week. I got really busy with midterms. In fact, I still have one more midterm coming up this Wednesday. So I'm just, oh, hi. Sorry about that, my dad just walked in. So I'm going to be doing a short little live stream, just like about an hour, and then after that, then I got to go eat lunch and study some more. Good news, we just hit over 60 subscribers. We're at 63 now, so I want to take my time to thank them. Oh, hold on, we got some zombies on the ground. I don't remember if it was the last live stream or the one before that, but there was a guy who's like telling me that I should restart my character. I did, so now I'm James Erlong instead of Longer James, because I didn't want to actually delete my level 9 character. But I did fairly well, so I restarted. So I got Sprint, Melee Expert, Pistol Expert, Shotgun Expert, and more Fast Learner. And Fast Learner is really good for when you're just trying to get to level 20, and then you can prestige in this game. So what that means is once you hit level 20, which right now is like cap level, you can go back down to level 1, and you're like, why would I want to go back down to level 1? And the reason to do that is when you go back down to level 1, you actually go to level 2 kind of in a sense, in that you actually get your level 1, but you get a second skill point or an extra one. And you can do this up to 5 times, so that means you're going to get to level 20 5 times, and then you're going to prestige 5 times, and then you're going to want to get to level 20 a 6th time, essentially. And so then you're going to get up to 25 skill points doing that. And each time you reach a level increment of 5, you can get a second or third, you can put another point into an ability. So level 1 to 4, you can only put one ability into each thing, 1 point into each thing. So like you would get Sprinter's a really good one. That's the first skill I got. It helps you rush through buildings, get more stuff. You spend less time walking between places, and you don't use extra energy or hydration while you're running compared to, say, walking or jogging. So you can see that guy, Yerked, or I don't know how you pronounce that. Oh, it's actually a girl, and for some reason she's naked. She's level 2, and you can see that little +1. That means she has prestiged, and that means that she has that extra skill point. The only thing that it doesn't do is actually add a level, so you're not actually level 2 +1, so you're not level 3. And that kind of matters because items do have level requirements. Like you can see, like my joggers have level 10, and my melee weapon, my pickaxe, has level 10 requirement. So if I was, you know, prestiging and I'm level 8 +2, I can't wear my stuff. So I saved a bunch of my level 1 stuff and my level 5 stuff that are like pretty good, that have fine elite chance stuff, which is elite stuff is the most rare stuff in the game. So I'm just looking for my 32 ACP gun so I can go kill stuff. I don't really need the fuel right now. They updated the marketplace pretty well, so now that they always, when you're selling stuff, you can always just sell it for the lowest price in the market, so you can get your stuff sold pretty quickly, especially when it doesn't matter, like things for like ammo or, you know, fuel and food and drinks. You're not really going to be able to like bargain for a higher price because there's no stat difference in the same food. So the same item's going to fetch you the same price as everybody else is going to get, so selling it for the lower price is better because you can only hold 20 items to be sold at the same time. So if you're trying to sell all your stuff for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars and no one wants to buy your meat or whatever, your drinks and stuff for $100, it's just gonna sit in there forever. And then other stuff that you want to sell for that's like more expensive, hopefully, you know, like rare equipment that have like certain stats that people would have to look for because they're not just gonna look, oh, I want to buy the cheapest thing. Then you have to go find that. And I forgot to equip my pistol. So I only stay in the beginning zones just to do some boss zombies. I was kind of told not to do this just because of how much lower the experience is given. I'm messing up. Always give yourself a little bit of space between the zombies. Yeah, that zombie's not dead yet. There's certain animations that you can tell when a zombie's dead or not, and if I can see it multiple times, I'll show you, and then hopefully you guys can recognize it too. Oh, there's a second worm. One of the things is you shouldn't be too worried about when you're getting items and stuff and you're leveling up. This game does have a big kind of like power spikes, I would say, between levels 1, 5, 10, and about 20. And the reason for that is because you get weapons that use different, I guess I would say sized rounds or different ammo types. So like for level 1 through 4, you get guns that use these 32 ACP rounds. When you're level 5 or higher, you can start using a handgun that uses 9mm rounds, and those do more damage. As well as, let me check my mission log real quick. As well as, I gotta kill more street zombies. So as well as, like, things like shotguns. Jesus Christ, this person already is max level and they're using submachine guns. I tried submachine guns and they're kind of decent in that they're, they do good damage per second because of how fast they can fire, but they can get pretty inaccurate. I wonder if that's actually, if you get like the submachine gun expert, if it's a lot better. I'll have to ask. And so there's the power spike because of that, and then same thing with melee weapons. Like the best or the highest damage, it's a little bit slower. The metal pipe does like 2.6 damage, and then which I recommend just buying that. And then just learn how to time your stuff, even though it's a slower weapon. It should be better. And then after you get to level 5, you can get a crowbar, which does 3.5 damage. And then after that, then you can get a pickaxe, which does 4 damage. Mine does 4.3 because I have some bonuses to body damage. And melee weapons can only do body damage. You can't hit the head with the melee weapons for some reason in this game. Let me check if I finished that street quest. Now I still have to kill one more. Sometimes the street quests don't update when you kill stuff in the street. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if you have to kill like specific zombies, and if the zombie just like respawns and you're killing the same one over again, that doesn't count. That might be the case. think the street quests are like the worst ones. One of my tips for this game, if you're trying to make a lot of money, is don't deal with cheap stuff, which by that I mean don't worry about the common items, don't worry about damaged items, just go for the rare, superior, and elite stuff, and you can sell those in the market for a good amount. As well as if you're just starting out, selling things like orange juice, fuel, can also provide a pretty penny. When you go to the level 5 zones, first thing before you go over there is you want to upgrade your car, and you want to search, which is really helpful now. They made it so that you can search in the trader for specific stats. So I'll kind of show that off later, but you can search specifically for, like, say I want to find something that has vehicle inventory space, you can find that. And the reason why you would want to find that is because even every single car part, like even the tires or the exhaust or something, can offer you the bonus to get more vehicle inventory space, which kind of seems weird, I know, but they just do. So, you know, whatever. Whenever zombies die and they look like they're clipping out and bugging out, that means they're like dead. So I'm not gonna bother with that damage thing. The reason for that is because you don't want to, like, you don't want to go back and forth between the store, because it takes up more time, and if you have time to go to the higher level areas after doing all the quests there, it's better to just do that instead, because it's more time efficient. This kind of has to do with a little bit of like economics, where I was listening to some YouTube videos and getting advice from like super rich and successful people, and they were saying like never do you know, like these minimum wage type jobs for, like, if you're trying to like make money, like don't waste your time on them. So like your inventory is gonna get full, trust me, especially if you're trying to like speed through the game. If you're just like running between bosses and stuff like that, you're not gonna need this game is bugged. Like I don't know why, but there's no boss room, but I found the old key, but there's no room to use the old key in. This happened with me and my brother. My brother plays and his girlfriend plays. Hopefully I can get a stream with them because I really want to. Sorry, my my thoughts are a little fragmented. I didn't really plan stuff for this video just because I haven't had time to, as you can imagine from me. Like I said, that my school is busy and I didn't get to make a stream or a video last week, and I wanted to. Yeah. Man, my sentence, my thoughts are so fragmented right now. So I did want to thank all my subscribers before. I don't remember. I actually don't even remember if I already did. But again, if I already did, then again, thanks to Stephen Tobin, Maria Escalante, Love Beetle, and James Daugherty. It's Daugherty. So thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for inspiring me to make more videos, more content, and more streams like this. I don't just play zombie games. hopefully later on the channel I can show off some other games. I was going to do some on a mobile game that I recently got into that I play on my spare time, like when I'm on the bus or whatever. And I've been playing it for a good amount of time, for like the last, I think, 2 weeks or so, whenever I had free time, but don't have like my laptop to do and internet to do, you know, recording or streaming. And one of the games, it's called Gumballs and Dungeons, and that game's pretty fun. It's a casual game. There's 2 reasons why I really like that game. It's because it's a puzzle game, so it involves you know, more thought and more strategy to it, as opposed to just like a lot of you know, action. So I do like horror games, but I also like games where you're generally taking it more slowly, and being prepared is more important than, you know, just being really good. Like really good at, you know, performing actions is what I would say. There's gonna be some worms on the ground. And that fat zombie didn't die. You kind of can see when they don't die is like they kind of do this like shimmy with their shoulders, and then they fall down slowly. Like you saw, like that zombie just kind of like fell down really slowly forward. That means they're not dead. Bosses pretty much guarantee rare stuff, so that's kind of why it's good to do the boss fights, as well as they give you a good chunk of experience points. Whenever zombies are on the ground, you can kind of tell when they're alive by they make noise. If they aren't making noise, they still might be alive. If you have a good view of their face and they're alive, you can actually see their jaws moving up and down. If they're completely lifeless and they're not doing anything, they're not making sound, they're not moving, their mouth, if you can see the mouth, then you know they're not alive, or they're not undead. So I'm just gonna go out and clear all the houses, just get more ammo, get more food and stuff. Always just double tap zombie bodies. Also, if you play this game enough, you can kind of like this room. I've seen this room, or this kind of room, many times over. They always have this dead body in the like kind of like in the middle or slightly off to the side, and that guy like is never alive. And then there's also like this kind of room. Oops. There's also this kind of room where there's like this table here. There's pretty often like a zombie that's dead on the ground. But it's not dead. Like it looks like it's dead, but it's not dead. And then it's a playing dead zombie. And then so those kind of appear pretty often. So talking about this game kind of like playing efficiently, food doesn't sell for too much, even like the highest tier food like peanut butter, which heals you 2,500 kilocalories. Excuse me. It's only probably sells for like 20 bucks or something around there in the market. So they're not too good compared to things like most medical items like bandages, antiseptic sprays, For some reason, burn kits and stuff are sold for less, even though they're more useful because they heal the same amount as band-aids do. But also, but they also they also heal some status effects like being burned. You know, that's what a burn kit does, and as well as giving you resistance to that thing for a little while. So the burn kit heals if you're burned, it will cure that, as well as give you the resistance to being burned again for like, I think like 5 minutes. It's always a good idea just to like check bodies on the ground, even if you can't see their mouth moving or whatever. Don't wait for them to start moving, because you can get sneak attacks on them if you hit them before they move, or like they don't notice you, which usually results in one-shot kill. Usually, so don't always think like, you know, that they're always dead after hitting them once if they didn't notice you. Even like when they scream out, that doesn't always mean they're dead. Which they kind of scream out when they do that like shimmy thing and then they fall to the ground slowly forwards. Don't always think like, you know, they're dead for good. So to play with your friends in this game, you have to leave server, or yeah, so there are different regions, and the game defaults to Europe. So, and that kind of sucks for me because I am in the Americas. I probably shouldn't even bother with using 32mm ammo. Probably should just sell it and then use higher tier ammunition and weapons. Yeah, be careful about shooting like zombies when they raise their hands up, because they can block headshots, technically. I wonder if that was like an intentional thing that the devs were like, oh, let's make it harder to shoot their face by, you know, doing this, which is kind of cool. Extra ammo actually sells for quite a bit in this game. Even weapons don't really sell for too much until you get to the level 5 or level 10 weapons. And by not that much, I mean like they don't sell for, you know, like way above their scrapping cost. Coffee granules are good if you're only if you're like dirt poor and you're hungry, or so they make thirst and then they make energy, and energy's not really like hunger, because for some reason like alcohol like strong alcohol in this game, like whiskey or wine, you know, they give you a lot of energy. So it's not hunger. And then for some reason they don't fill up your thirst that much,
What do you want?
which I think they should. There's too many of this meat, food stuff. I don't really need it. You can tell whenever you have like green numbers on the food stuff or the drink stuff that that's your like bonus amount. That some of your equipment or some of your skills will make it easier for you to fill up on hunger and thirst. Oh. I did not know that guy was still alive until I heard him, like, growling. One of the good things to do is, like, when you attack, to, like, swing around your camera, because the point of attack is wherever you kind of like initially started it, and then you can like spin around your camera really quickly and check if there's like any zombies behind you or whatever. This is helpful like when you're in boss rooms, especially in later levels when you get to the level 5 zones. The zombies can sprint at you. Yeah, he's still alive. The zombies' bodies will also disappear after a short while. After you kill him. Ah, he bit me! I'm infected. He's not dead yet, I can tell, because he fell over in that like weird slow motion way. Still not dead. Now he's dead. I guess I'll use an antiseptic spray. It's not dead yet. So whenever I go to the higher level areas, I leave all of my 35 ACP rounds in the account box here in Dalbo, and also the handgun that uses it. And then I store all my like shotgun and rifles in my car, so that way when I go to the higher level places, I can you know, keep on killing stuff. And also because the zombies have more health. Oh, the market for peanut butter went up. It's over 30 bucks now. It's pretty good. So you can see that water, anything that provides thirst or water, actually sells for a lot more than food does in general, because apparently they're more rare. I don't really need The coffee granules. Wow, fuel is super cheap right now. Usually it's around like 60 bucks. You typically want more vehicle storage space. Ooh, these are some decent gloves. I still don't know what the difference is between like mutated and stuff like that. These are pretty good for level 1 pants. I'm gonna check if they're better than my level 1 joggers. And that way when I prestige I can have like really good stuff. So 3% incoming damage, duration. This does have better radiation chance and infection chance. When you get to level 5, infection chance is a really big part because even the regular zombies can start spitting on you, not just the boss zombies. I don't remember if I read this DMO. No, didn't. You can scrap these book things. You used to not be able to sell them because I don't think they give the experience anymore afterwards. Clothes don't ever sell for much unless they have really good inventory speed or very good other stats. I think infection is one of the stats that people look for that you could try to sell it for more, but just be aware that if you try to sell for more, even though they will eventually sell, it's going to take more than you know, a couple days because usually people just look for cheap stuff. Like this hoodie is pretty good because it gave 14% infection resistance, but then I found this one that added more inventory capacity, so I got that one instead. I'm surprised that no one wants this one because it has a good chance to find elite items, and then it also is better at it does more headshot damage. Okay, so now this box is full. I'm gonna use 12 gauge shotguns when I reach about level 15 because that's the part where you get some really good shotguns, because at level 10 you can get the double barreled 12 gauge shotgun, but because you only get like 2 rounds in it, it's pretty bad. So I used to have a bunch of 12 gauge ammo, like I had like 8 stacks or something in my car, and then I decided to just sell a bunch of it because I knew I wouldn't really ever get to it. So it's always good to have a couple antibiotics on you. Maybe 1 or 2 is fine, or put the extra one in your car. I also save these other kind of cure type items in my on me. So I think I will go around and use my rifle today when I get to the higher zones. So let's bring 3's kind of a lot, but yeah. The Scout's pretty good. I got it yesterday. No, I got it last week when I was playing with my brother off stream. Has a really high chance to find elite items as well as do more headshot damage. And the Scout's a really good rifle compared to the GLR, not just because it has 10 rounds, but also because it has way faster reload speed of like 1.5 seconds faster, I think. The other one, the GLR rifle reloads like in 3.25 seconds, and then this one reloads in 2.5 seconds, so it's like 1.25 seconds faster. So let's see, we can go to Archbrook, Coopertown, still need to kill one more zombie in Dalvo Streets, Archbrook, a couple more in Coopertown. Core Media Inc. I do not like that building because it's super big and it basically like fills up your inventory. But I guess we can go to Archbook first because that's where the bulk of the quests are. And maybe we will find some more for Coopertown while we're there. Don't know if I have any street kill quests for Archbook. I have to collect blood samples, find items, or save people, so it's not too hard to do those. The Riverview apartments are also pretty big. I don't really like going in there. Need more water, hold on. The street loot typically always stays in the same place, although you can find stuff that apparently isn't helpful. Be careful of the zombies in level 5 places and higher because they can either sprint or vomit on you. So most of the time I just shoot all of them. Oh yeah, they can also spawn worms as well. So I just kind of like scan the ground after killing zombies in the level 5 areas just to make sure that there's no more, there's no crawlies. It's also just safe practice to like, if you're using your melee and you can't see, you know, like what's in front of you at the time, just go and whack them again near the ground to finish them off if they're still alive. Oh, good thing the boss still hasn't noticed me. Oh, never mind! Just kidding, the boss noticed me. So, as you can see, the bosses can sprint pretty fast. Oh, this guy was awake. This is also the reason why you need the sprinter ability at least before level 5, because the boss can sprint too. And that is a bad spot to get stuck on. Oh man. The other good thing to get is either faster jogging speed or faster sprinting cooldown, so that I don't think that boss is dead yet because there's no worms on the ground. Yeah. Can take your time when you knock the boss down. Ow! I'm bleeding now. Now I need a bandage. Okay, I'm just gonna finish him off by shooting him in the face. Just 2 worms. You can reload while searching or going through doors, so that's pretty helpful. So I already found the quest line for this building, so I don't think I need to go through any more of it, but I also did, I think I did already actually clear it out. But for the most time, you don't really need to completely clear out a building. Especially if you're just trying to like speed level. The bad thing about going like trying to speed level though is that when you are when you're just going to the boss and doing the quest and that's it, you will miss a lot of loot, and that typically means you're not going to be replenishing your ammo. If you're by yourself, typically using a gun, like a shotgun, and killing the zombies that are, if there are many zombies, using your gun might not be a bad idea to quickly dispatch of the zombies. Got the quest item for this place. There are no extra rooms in here and no other loot. Oh yeah, by the way, any rooms that have NPCs in it, like this one, are technically like safe rooms where no zombies will ever like come through the doors, or you know, and there won't be any zombies in there to begin with. Ah! At least the zombie's not vomiting on me. Some bosses can vomit. Oh, that ended pretty quickly. There never seems to ever be any other loot inside boss rooms after when you kill the boss, so just always just leave the boss and then leave. Don't spend too much time walking around in there. It's kind of weird that sometimes the zombies don't make the opening and closing door sound when you enter and exit them. So that's 2 quests done in Archbrook. We did receive a new quest, but it's for the level 10 area. I could go there, but I am a little bit scared going there without any, you know, friends or anything. Any co-op buddies. Let's see. These quests do give a decent amount of experience, so I guess I can do them. I'll do... well, someone's already in here, so I might as well try to find them. Oh, found the dead guy. Ah! Ah, worm! I forgot to check, that was my fault. No, I gotta use the antiseptic spray that I just found. Ooh, painkillers. Those sell for a lot. The bad thing about showing up in rooms like after somebody's just been in there is that if they killed stuff and there's you know, quest items that you need, like blood samples, then they might not appear, and then you'll have to like reset the room. So this room was core media. So I have to find a necklace. So the necklace is going to be on a corpse or inside a regular lootable, so that means I won't have to check for like it killing stuff, which is good. I don't want to waste time on that. Oh man, this guy took forever to wake up. He's still alive. There you go. Alright, dead. Oh, so there's blood samples. Whenever you can find quest items from zombies. That you haven't gotten a quest for yet. Just want to make sure there's no like worms on the ground. So yeah, you can get quests from zombies that... Yeah, you can get quest items in buildings that you haven't gotten a quest for yet. I've never seen a room like this where it has this like back area. But then yeah, so you can get quest items from even though you haven't received the quest for them yet. So I don't have a quest for blood sample to collect blood samples from core media, I think. Or is that the quest? No, it says I'm supposed to find a necklace. Yeah, so you can get quest items for quests that you haven't received yet. And then once you find the quest giver, then you can just like automatically finish it, as long as you have all the items, of course. Iodine tablets, just use those. Iodine tablets don't sell for that much, so I kind of just use them as like patch healing anytime I take a small amount of damage. Ooh, another blood sample. So it's always a good idea to just like circle around the room a little bit and make sure the room is clear of zombies. Even though that's not like completely safe, because zombies can still pop in through the doors while you're searching stuff. Oh, guess we completely searched out this door. That zombie's not dead yet. There you go. Oh, and it also dropped a worm. Oh, found a room that requires a key. So there are two different types of attacks if you haven't noticed. There's this is the right click, which is like a slower, less step forward attack, and there's this more like lungy, this is the left click, and it lunges you forward a lot more. Or at least quite a bit more. Oh, oops, I didn't need that t-shirt. Just scrap it. Do I have a brass key already? I don't. So I can't enter this room yet. Just gonna ignore this guy. Let's be on my merry way. More fuel ticket. So much loot. I think this building goes up like 5 floors, which is why I don't like coming in here. That female zombie's alive. I'm surprised I haven't seen any of these regular zombies sprinting or vomiting yet. Bandages is good. For some reason, bandages, burn kits, and other items that heal with an effect don't heal. The healing effects don't. The healing effects aren't as like they do the same stuff, but then they don't heal those special type debuffs or whatever you call them. Status effects. Like antiseptic sprays, for some reason they sell for like 50 or 60, but then a bandage that heals just as much, it heals 20 health, but also cures like bleeding and gives you bleeding resistance. For some reason that sells for less. The bandages sell for less than the antiseptic sprays. I don't know why that is. And then same thing like band-aids. Band-aids, they only heal 10 and that's it. And then like burn kits, they heal for also 10, but then they also heal, they cure burning, and as well as give you burn resistance, and then for some reason burn kits sell for like $12, whereas opposed to band-aids will sell for like 30, and I have no idea why that is. Oh, found the quest line. I kind of do want to explore this place more because they have blood samples, which means if I ever find the quest giver, that I can just finish the quest. That fat zombie did sprint at me. The zombie that I just whacked did not die. This one's also not dead. Whenever you hit zombies, like, and you don't know if they're dead or not, if you see them move on the ground, which means like you're knocking them back, when you hit them, that means they're alive. I don't need these common items. I already came from there. And that's kind of the sad thing, like, oh shoot, this zombie can spit. Okay, I'm gonna kill you with a gun. And you dropped the worm. Oh, found the brass key for that one room in the... Actually, I don't even remember where that is. Got some 12 gauge shells, it's pretty good. Still need to wait till I'm level 15 to use those though. I mean, I could use them right now, but I don't want to use a double barrel 12 gauge shotgun. I think it was in this room that had the... No, it wasn't this one. It was like another big office place. Probably this one? No, not this one either. Guessing it was back in this one. I think this guy also found the brass key, and that's why he's in here again. I was right, there was a worm that came out from that guy. They're still doing a bunch of, still doing a lot of balance changes to this game pretty frequently. Like their last update was, I think, less than a week ago. It was on the 5th of October. I'll just go help this guy. Is that here? Another zombie over here, but I don't know where. I don't see him. Oh, there it is. Alright, well, I'm done with this area, so I can just leave. My inventory's getting pretty full, so I'm gonna go drop off stuff in my car too. It's gonna be a shame if there are more blood samples in this area on the upper floors. I'm not gonna get any of them. So I got this character to level 10 after just playing this game for like 3 days, and I would say I gave myself about not even maybe like 3 hours a day, and I got to this point. So I typically store stuff that will sell for like at least like $24 or something, which I can scrap these like rare stuff for. Stacks of ammo can sell for like around 100. Even the 32 ACP rounds sell for a good amount. What's the last quest that I need for this place? Apartment A. I have to do 2 things in Apartment A. I have to go find someone who's dead or alive and go get the blood samples. And then I can go to Coopertown and do the quest there. And then I can return to the police station. And I believe there was also one quest that I got from Dalbo that was in, I think it was in that Shop and Go place. So you can see why it's really good to have such a large inventory space. Oh, I forgot to drop off the 12 gauge rounds and the other 32 ACP rounds. Because there's no store here. One of the things you can do when you're to help kind of like increase your space, storage space temporarily, is do private trades with friends or just even other random people. Sell your stuff to them for like $9,000 or whatever, and then they won't buy it. Or if they end up buying it, you get $9,000. But then do those private trades, and you can do up to 10 in total. Even if you're doing it like between like 2 different people, you can only still have like 10 trades. So like 5 trades for one person, 5 trades for another person. So you get those items will be kind of stored in that trade space, if you will, and then you can pull them back out when you need them. Be aware though that the private trades, you can only, the person can only take those trades if they're in the same town that you offered the trade. So say I am over here at Archbrook, right? And my brother or his girlfriend or whatever, and they're in Dalbo, and I offer them a trade because I can search up their name because I know what their character name is. Is there a worm on the ground or something? Oh, there is. I saw it. It's right there. They're shiny. So then they wouldn't be able to accept the trade unless they go to Archbrook to go get it, the item. And same thing, like if I'm, you know, I'm in Archbrook, I make the trade, and then I go back to Dalbo because I finished my quest or whatever. That zombie on the ground still alive. There's a zombie in the corner of the room. So if I cancel the trade from Art, like I'm in Archbrook, I make the trade, and then I go to Dalball because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go turn in my quest or something. I won't be able to cancel those trades. So you have to be in the town that you make the trade to cancel the trade. And that's kind of important because that means you can't just like, you know, you're in the level 5 zone of Coopertown or Archbrook, and you can't just like store 10 extra items and bring them wherever you want with you. Same thing like if you're like preparing or whatever to go to a higher level area, you can't private trade someone from one of the safe zone towns and then, you know, go bring that out with you. You can't bring them with you to the other towns. That's what your car is for. Your car is for the extra storage space of preparing stuff, as well as bringing stuff back to the other towns with you to sell. So that's one of the 4 blood samples. Finding some more rifle rounds. These rooms are usually blocked. Sometimes they're not, but typically they are. The zombie's not dead yet. No, neither is this one. And I didn't even notice this guy when I entered the room. Any worms on the ground? Yeah, I'm good. This game is played best with sound because there are a bunch of sound cues for when there's zombies live, when there's worms on the ground, stuff like that. So play with sound on. Sound is your friend. It'll stop you from getting eaten from behind your back. For people who have like really bad memory, like my brother, I advise him to search rooms first, and then after you search the rooms to go, if there are like extra rooms in a building, always clear the map. Oh god, you're kidding me, I thought I dodged that. To clear the room in a singular direction. So I'm gonna choose to clear this room, you know, like clockwise or something, and hug the walls and enter and exit all the doors in that fashion. That way, so like if I go up a floor or something, I know that I cleared, you know, the whole entire floor. Oh my god, I missed. So like if I came in this room and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna scale the wall, I'm gonna come in from the right side first, or you know, counterclockwise, then I'm gonna go through this door and I'm like, okay, I'm done with this door, keep scaling the right side of the wall, and then I find my way out. So that's a good way to remember, like, where did I come from, you know? So if you're doing that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna skip this door, keep going all the way to the right, and then keep doing that. And you would do that even if there's a second, if there's like an upstairs, don't go upstairs, just clear the floor first. And then make sure, that way you make sure that you clear everything. Especially if you're trying to find like the all the keys, the boss room keys and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you get the you want to make sure that you get find the keys, and to do that you have to kind of like go through the entire floor in an exhaustive process where you search absolutely everything. So I don't believe that any of these guys are actually dead because there's just way too many of them. Yeah, like this guy. don't see any worms on the ground. I'm just gonna ignore these guys, search the rooms. It's already past 12, so I should go eat lunch and oh, oops, I've already been in here. If you do get stuck in between two zombies, it's good to alternate between like that so that you can keep knocking them back, because there's a cooldown for how often you can knock back. And if your attack speed is faster than that cooldown, every time you hit them, you're not going to be knocking them back. So that's why it's good to alternate hitting zombies. Yeah. Got a lot more rifle rounds. It's pretty good. And also, typically, I think all the zombies spawn in relatively the same areas as well, in similar type rooms. So, like, you notice a pattern where, like, there's this one zombie in the corner, and then there's usually two zombies that are here. Now, they're not always the same zombies. Like, sometimes they can be, like, crawling zombies, sometimes they can be standing zombies, and then the direction that they face is also always different. No wonder why she's dehydrated. She can find anything in this building. She gives me $100 and 160 quests, so it might be kind of useful to come back in here to give her the water. I don't know if I'll go out of my way for it. Hopefully I can just find some water in this building and then give it to her. I don't know why she can't just take orange juice. So let me try to remember where this room is. It's the furthest door in the hallway from... Where's this way out door? Okay, so it's the first door on the left of the apartment building. And then all the way down the hallway. So I am probably going to end it here, going back to the police station, dropping off all the quests. If I do have more time after I get a big chunk, like I have to go over like 30-something slides, so if I can't go over, you know, a big chunk of the slides today and don't have to worry too much, like maybe I got like a couple left, then I'll come back on and, you know, do my stuff. But if not, then I'll try to make up to you guys later that I didn't do a stream last week, and I'll try to get that done. When I get to back to Dalbo and turn in the quest, I'll also show you guys the trader and what I meant when I said that they updated it so that you can now search by bonuses that you're specifically looking for, which it's kind of self-explanatory when I say it that way, but I'll just show you guys kind of relatively how it works, because you can find some really good stuff for relatively cheap, which is how I got my car to have that many spaces, to have like 39 slots or 38 slots. Was it this room? It was the other room.
Agnes the Sun.
That was the first time I saw water as a quest item. More often they have like healing items as the quest items, such as like burns kits or bandages. And typically whenever that happens, whenever you see specific those healing resistant type items, that means that the boss inside that room is you know, gonna have that status effect type. Okay, so there's a crawling zombie behind me. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so like the bosses will have that type of like status effect against you, like there'll be a burning zombie or what have you. So that's kind of a nice thing that I like about this, is that how they kind of thought about that, like where the quest giver like kind of notifies you like, hey, like I saw this big zombie, it's in here, and if you're gonna go take it on, you know, it has this thing. But I also like need it from you, the healing item from you, so you'll need like extra to go fight it. There's no lootables in here. I've probably already been in this room. Yeah. Although if I haven't been in here and there's zombies to kill and they have the blood samples, then I might need them. Okay. Did I finish the blood samples though? I did not find the guy dead or alive, and I only found 2 of the blood samples. But I really gotta study, so I'm just gonna head back to Dalbo. And these apartment buildings are so huge. I think they have like 5 floors, and even like a single floor is pretty big, like in terms of how much the sheer number of rooms you have to go through and the long hallways. I mean, I guess it does make sense. Apartment complexes are pretty huge. So now I can load all the stuff that I'm gonna sell, and I can put back my guns back into my car, all the extra ammo. You might have to make multiple trips just because you can't carry as many items on your person as you can in your car, obviously. So. Alright, that's pretty much everything. I didn't get too much loot out of this, unfortunately, but it's a decent amount. So, I mean, if you want to, you can get all of the oh, how nice. That guy's going to go give medicine to somebody. Dying in this game isn't too big of a problem when you die unless you're like, you know, in the level 5 zones or some zone where there's no safe zone. If you're in an area where you're doing quests and there's safe zone nearby, just keep revisiting the safe zone between buildings to, if you're scared about dying. Because whenever you die, you lose 50% of the EXP that you gained in between the time that you were at a safe zone. So say, like all the zombies I killed, I don't know, I gained 9,000 experience. If I died, I would lose before I came here, I would lose 4,500. But now that I came back here, if I go outside and just die for no reason, I won't lose any of my experience because I visited a safe zone. So I'm just gonna make sure that all my stuff is selling relatively quickly by selling it for the cheapest price possible. And I don't really care if it does take a while to sell it, that's fine. I don't remember what my energy and stuff is at. I could actually use that food.
There's no hope for us.
I try not to stay at the trader too long just because it eats up more of your energy and your thirst or your hydration. One of the ways you can make a decent amount of money, at least early game, is finding equipment that has bonuses to find either healing items or drinks, because like I said, drinks sell for a lot more almost anything else. Like you can see that all these orange juices sell more for like band-aids. And usually you won't find painkillers or traveler first aid kits in the level 1 to 5 zone. Or, I mean, you'll find these at the level 5 zone, but the 1 to 4 zone, this police station, you're not going to find traveler's first aid kits, you're not going to find painkillers. Best thing you'll find is like the antiseptic sprays and antibiotics and bandages. I need to store these extra rounds, and then I can just sell the rest for money because I honestly don't need more of that stuff.
There's no hope for us.
Oh, gas prices went back up. They used to be like $30 when I first sold them during the stream. So I played for the last 3 days. I managed to get, just starting brand new, mind you, I did manage to get up to like $10,000, and I did pretty much start with like almost nothing, other than like maybe a slightly better pistol from my other account or something. But again, like when you're level 1, you can only use the handgun that uses the 32mm ammo, and you can only still use the iron pipe. And I've still, even though despite like, you know, me using, let me see what my full stats are. 23% elite chance to find items, and like I also get more when I equip my handgun or whatever my extra weapon is. So I get like around like 30 something. And I've only found one elite item, and it was some level 1 gloves, so
Hungry.
still haven't found any more street zombies for that Dalbo quest, but whatever.
There's no hope for us. How long can this go on?
Yeah?
Think you can survive out there?
Pretty close to leveling. I'm gonna sell the rest of this ammo, and then I gotta go eat lunch and study.
Hi.
So I just want to wrap things up, say thank you guys again for everyone who subscribed so far. If you guys like this little stream, if you guys like my content, please leave a like. If you guys could help share the video, get more and have more people see it so more people can subscribe, that helps me out, lets me know that you guys are enjoying this. Leave a comment. I love hearing anything you guys have to say, what you guys like about it. Even if you didn't like it, go ahead, leave a dislike and tell me what I could do to make the video better. I haven't had a chance to make time to edit video, like actually record and make like a shorter, more compact video for you guys, and I'm sorry about that. Hopefully, you know, like during the winter break or something, I have more time to do that, and I can actually dedicate time to doing more of this. But this is kind of just a hobby, but hopefully if it does get bigger, then I can do, you know, a lot more. And I want to thank you guys again for watching, and you guys have a good day. Bye. Peace.